The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and guest and are not necessarily those of WPSL or WSTU. This station does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without the express permission and written consent of this station. Phone lines are open for your questions and comments. Call 220-9788 or 340-1590. And now, here's your host.
And you're in the studios with the Treasure Coast Car Guys on WPSL and WSTU. Your host, Gary Maria Rossi from Treasure Coast Lexus. Welcome.
Hi, Veronica.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Wonderful.
Beautiful weather out there today.
It is. It's
Wonderful.
almost the way I like it.
Almost?
I like it hot. It's Florida.
You like it hot?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like it hot in Florida.
You know, the funny thing is, the very first time I went to Chicago, company I was working with, they called a meeting, and it was middle of February.
Eek.
And it was right, off Lake Michigan, downtown Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And
The wind chill factor going is probably, let me guess, 60 below with the wind chill?
I don't know what it was. I couldn't, I couldn't move my hands to, take them out of my pocket and look at my watch. But I grew up in New York, and, so I've been through winter.
Yeah. Oh, but New York doesn't get winter like Chicago.
I have never been that cold in my entire life.
Exactly.
It was.
And I don't ever want to be that cold again.
No. I couldn't get out of there fast enough.
Yeah. No, cold. That's cold. I mean,
now,
people
I went
may
back
not...
in the summer, and that's beautiful.
I mean, your car doesn't even start.
No.
It's going,
No, people were taking... because this was a few years back before remotes. You actually had to put the key in your door, and people were literally taking cigarette lighters to warm their key up so they could get it
Unlock the door.
in the lock.
Yeah, yeah. No, we had our it was even in the garage. My father used to do like blankets, and he had like moving blankets that he'd put under the hood of my mom's car. They have heated dipsticks.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, it's cold.
See, I've been in Florida since 1983, so yes, we forget about all those good times, right?
Who needs it?
Yeah, I'll take the hot.
Yeah,
that's good. We can handle that. Well, great to be back, and we, it's just been a whirlwind. Here we are. We just finished Cinco de Mayo, right? Saturday. Mm-hmm. Here we are, May 8th.
Dos aquí, por favor.
Oh, frio.
That's like the only Spanish I know.
That's all you need to know. So here we are, May 8th, and it just keeps moving along. It absolutely amazes me. So we, we're almost halfway through the year already, and just crazy.
Wow. Yeah, you think about
crazy.
It that way.
It really is.
Yeah.
It just flies and flies and flies. So here we are in the beginning of May, and lots of great things going on and lots of neat stuff. And I want to talk a little bit today about pre-owned vehicles and our L certified program. And we are right now in the midst of our big pre-owned, one of our big pre-owned sales for the year. So lots of good stuff going on. Great inventory. And, the Lexus, and we've talked about this before, the Lexus L certified pre-owned program is just second to none. Kelley Blue Book recently named the Lexus as the best certified program in the automotive industry. So, U.S. News and World Report, same thing. It is just second to none.
So even other luxury brands are falling short.
Well, I think that, that most of them do a pretty good job. They have certified programs too, but Lexus was really the first L certified program out there many, many years ago. And, other luxury brands followed suit. But just about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, Lexus decided that the other folks had closed that gap a little bit and decided that we needed to do something
more
to really separate us like we've always been. And so they enhanced the program, and that's when they came up with the unlimited mileage Lexus factory warranty.
Right.
And not just on certain models, and not just...
So it's pre-owned, but it's certified, and we're standing behind it.
we stand behind
That's
it.
a no-brainer.
Better than we do a new
Yeah.
car. It's
Yeah.
it's so the gap
Okay.
widened. Again, it's gigantic now because that is you just can't even compare that to anything else. Go ahead and go online and price an unlimited mileage, comprehensive warranty, not a powertrain warranty, not not just if the engine falls out of the car, we'll take care of that, but comprehensive air conditioning, navigation system, power windows, a comprehensive factory warranty like a new car.
And I'm getting that. I don't have to buy that. If I want it even longer, though, I could buy an extended warranty.
You can.
Okay.
You can pay more and extend the years on that if you choose to do so. But go ahead and try to shop that. Go ahead and try to price that. You can't.
We challenge you.
We challenge you. And if you could, I don't know how many thousands of dollars you'd pay for it.
Okay. Yeah, but you'd have to find it first.
You'd have to find it. No one is going to put that kind of warranty, put their name on it and stand behind it like Lexus does. So, and that was a game changer. That's,
That kind of tells you a little something about the original product too, doesn't it?
100%. That tells you a lot about the original product, and it tells you a lot about Lexus's confidence in that product.
Yeah. The company's expecting it to last.
We do something neat at the dealership where people will say, I want to try, before I make a final decision, I want to drive another luxury brand. I want to drive, 2 or 3. And, they'll usually have it narrowed down to maybe one other one. And we'll say, fabulous. And in a lot of cases, we'll have that other luxury brand on our lot as a pre-owned vehicle because somebody's traded it in for a Lexus.
Right.
And usually it's a couple years old. And even if they're looking for a new car, we do a little experiment with them, and we say, let's do this. You're looking at brand X, another luxury brand. We have one on our lot. It's 2 years old. It was just traded in. They went back to Lexus, and so let's drive a 2-year-old Lexus. Because we have plenty of those on our lot. They're certified cars, and let's drive the 2-year-old competitor. And even though the folks are might be looking at a new car, it's a great experiment because all brand new cars smell great, ride great, but let's drive one after it's been on the road for a couple years.
Where will we be in 2 years?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's some rattles and there's some, it's not like it was when it was brand new.
Right.
And when they do that comparison, it's amazing because they're like, oh my gosh, that. And that's where we talk about, that car in its original state. It speaks volumes. The certified program speaks volumes about that vehicle. And when you drive one that's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years old, then you get it. You understand.
Right.
Especially when you do the same comparison to other luxury brands. There's no comparison. The fit and finish and what goes into making these cars and the attention to detail is just second to none. And it shows up. It doesn't show up as much when you're looking at brand new to brand new because they all look great at that point, right? I mean, you've test driven new cars.
Oh yeah, plenty.
They all drive great. But go ahead and drive one. While you're at that other dealer, say, hey, do you have one of these that's 3 years old? I'd like to drive that one.
Yeah.
And you'll be amazed at the difference. We love doing that. And because our 3-year-old car drives the same way the new one does. That may not have the new car smell, but it drives just like the new one. And that in many instances.
And on that other lot, they may not want you to drive the older one.
Oh, they won't
They
volunteer
may say, we don't
that.
have one.
They won't offer it to you. You have to ask.
Right.
We offer it to people.
Okay.
Because we know. And we love to show that to them. We love to show off. And how that vehicle, even after 2-3 years, and it has 25, 30,000 miles on it, how it still rides, and it's still tight, and it's still, you're not going to hear things rattling around the dash. You're not going to, everything works. It's truly amazing. So we love to do that, and I encourage everybody who looks at other brands to do that and do the same thing and compare it to Lexus.
That may be a good way to do things no matter what brand you're looking at.
Absolutely.
Because it's only going to be new for so long.
Yes, it is.
And you're probably going to have it longer as a used car. It may be your new car, but it's still going to be used.
100%.
How do they hold up? I mean, maybe you should look at used before you buy new, so you know what you're really getting.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, J.D. Power does a survey every year, and they talk about the most reliable vehicles, and they track problems per 1,000 cars. And what a lot of people don't know, well, first of all, Lexus has been at the top of that list 5 years in a row. So those cars that were made 5 years ago, that's those cars.
Okay.
But that survey, which most people don't realize, that survey tracks problems per 1,000 cars over a 3-year period of time. So it's not just problems the first year the car was on the road, because most well-made cars aren't going to have a lot of problems in the first year, or they shouldn't.
Not anymore. I mean, way back when, you were back to the dealer, you bought a new car, and you were always visiting the dealership for something.
Yes. Well, and some of that still goes on, but it's gotten much better. But let's track the car over a 3-year period of time. Then you really start to see, because that survey people use to say, well, what's the best made car? And again, that first year may not tell you who the best made car is.
Okay.
But you track cars over 3 years and track the number of problems per 1,000 cars then, and you get a real clear picture of which are the best made cars. And again, Lexus has been at the top of that list 5 years in a row. It's amazing. And believe me, everybody's trying to catch up. Everybody's trying to catch us. So the competition's out there, but we just do it really, really well from the get-go.
It's a commitment to the product. That's what you're not going to find, especially at the big three.
No. I mean, when we make these cars, I don't make them, but when Lexus manufactures these cars, the care that goes into them, I mean, it's absolutely incredible. The painting process. We CAT scan our engines. You know who does that? Lamborghini does that.
Okay, I was going to say Lexus.
Really, really high-end performance cars do that. Ferrari does that. Okay, we do that. Lexus does that. So, the end result of all of that attention to detail is what gives you that finished product, and why 3 years later it still rides and runs and performs like a brand new car.
Right.
So they hold up. And to be on the top of that list for 5 years, when you're looking at certified pre-owned cars, well, which pre-owned car do you want to own? Do you want to own the one has had the fewest issues per 1,000 car for 5 consecutive years?
Right.
Because a certified pre-owned car is going to be 5 years old or less. So that means any certified pre-owned car you buy, the year it was made was the top of that list. Fewest problems per 1,000 vehicles. So that, those kind of facts and those kind of statistics you can't ignore. I mean, those are the facts. And we know it less scientifically, from our guests.
Sure.
And we see it all the time because
and you get to see these cars come back in.
We do.
And they're still great cars.
They're fabulous. And we see the flip side of that. We see people that are in our competitors' cars. And they'll come in and tell us. Sometimes there's an interesting phenomenon with Lexus. We have people, who have been buying Lexus cars for 20 years. And, they're on their 10th Lexus. They're on their, 11th Lexus, their 5th Lexus. And sometimes out of, I don't know, almost boredom, they'll go try another brand.
Okay.
And it's
or maybe they're reaffirming what they already know.
that could be it.
Yeah.
But inevitably they'll wind up back in front of me saying, "Can you please trade me out of this car? I did this 6 months ago. It was a big mistake, and can you get me out of it?"
Yeah.
And because they learn pretty quickly. They say, "Gosh, I've had this car for a year, and I've been back in the shop 3 times. That never happened with my Lexus. It just doesn't perform the way, I'm accustomed to. It's not as reliable. It's not, so we see that, luckily not too often, but, the feedback that we get from people that have tried other things tells us, what the J.D. Power and Consumer Reports studies confirm for us. But that real live feedback is great confirmation for us, and it just reinforces that you just can't buy a better made car, in the luxury segment than Lexus. And that's why they turn into such phenomenal values as L certified cars. That's where it all starts, right from that original vehicle. When, that, and that's why Lexus will stand behind it the way it does. You're absolutely right. It speaks volumes about the confidence that we have in our own product.
Sure.
So if the manufacturer is willing to do that, what does that tell you as a consumer?
Yep.
So that is what...
If you want quality for your money.
No question about it. And, when you dig deep into the L certified program, and we've talked about this before, be careful, because certified is a term that gets bantied about and thrown around every day. And, the independent lot down the street who has, 10 cars on his lot and, Joe's Motors, he calls his car certified too.
Yeah.
Which means, I think that means he washed it.
Maybe not even. Put some
Wait
gas
for-
in it.
wait
Put it
for a
on the
good
lot.
rainstorm.
It's certified.
It's rinsed off.
Yeah.
But he calls his car certified.
Right.
So that term gets thrown around a lot. Other Lexus dealers, not all Lexus dealers are created equal. At Treasure Coast Lexus, we fully embrace the L certified program. We are completely committed to it. And which means that any trade that we get, any car that we take in, that we acquire, that qualifies to be certified, we certify it. And what that means is right now, anything that model year 2013 or newer with less than 70,000 miles, that's the first 2 criteria to be certified.
Then you look a little deeper.
Then we get we get into Carfax and no damage to the car, no structural damage. Then we do the 161 point mechanical inspection, and we go through that car from stem to stern, as we say, and they check everything. More importantly than checking it is anything that is not up to new car Lexus standards has to be replaced, fixed. So it's nice to look at it, and it's nice to say, oh, yeah, we did a 161-point inspection. Here, here's the checklist. We did check all these things. Now, 4 of them should have been replaced, but we didn't touch them. That's the other guy's certified program.
Yeah, we checked it.
We checked it,
We
though.
didn't do anything about it.
Great. With us, the typical certified car has 4 brand new tires on it. Brakes were done. Many times a new battery is put in. Alignment, balance, belts, hoses. We bring that car mechanically up to
And those
new
are
car
all the
standards.
things that will let you sit on the side of the road in a used car
Oh,
that's
my
not
goodness.
been taken care of.
100%.
Yeah.
And people will say, well, the certified program, and we're very proud, and we talk a lot about, the unlimited mileage warranty. And people will say, it's a Lexus, they don't break down. Well, if you don't take care of it, yes, they will. So a big benefit of the certified program, that is a great manufacturer's warranty. But a warranty is basically insurance, right? And when is the only time we use insurance?
When something happens.
Something bad happens, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Homeowners insurance, car insurance, an extended warranty, a maintenance. Something has to go wrong to use that. Life insurance. There's the big one, right?
That really
Yeah.
worrying about after that.
Right.
It's somebody else's problem.
Yes, it is. But that's insurance.
Yeah.
And a warranty is a form of insurance. The certified program, and by doing the 161-point inspection and bringing that car back up to new car standards mechanically, we're trying to prevent the bad thing. That's the difference between assurance and insurance. Because you're right. Those are the things that cause you to break down on the side of the road.
Right.
And yes, it's great to know that with every certified car, you get roadside assistance. So if you break down, great. Yes, we'll come get you.
Yeah. Again, something I don't really plan on using.
No.
I don't really want to have to. Yeah.
Or want to. And we'll come get you, and we'll come get your car, and we'll bring it to the dealership, and we'll fix it, and we'll give you a loaner car, and there's no deductible. That is fabulous, and that is great peace of mind. But wouldn't it be better if that never happened to you in the first place? And that's really...
Well, it's better on both sides. It's better for
gosh.
Lexus because we don't have to come get you, and you don't have to be waiting for us.
No, because even though we do an amazing job of recovering from that bad experience, by the way we do it, yes, coming to get you, loaner car, fix it, no hassle, no deductible, that's wonderful, and we recover from that bad experience. But yes, in the big picture and in the long term, we'd rather that never happened in the first place.
Right.
And that's really what the certified program gives you. It also gives you certainty in your budget, because you can go buy that certified, non-certified, Lexus pre-owned vehicle somewhere else. But here you come in for your first oil change, and guess what we tell you? Gosh, you need a set of tires. The brakes need to be done. Batteries failed the load test. You probably need a new battery. A couple of those belts and hoses look like they're ready to go. And, the 30K service is up. That's a major service.
How do you like your used car now?
Here's a $2,800 bill. That doesn't happen with a certified car. So, you come in, when you buy a certified car through Lexus, your first 4 scheduled maintenances are free. Complimentary.
That's amazing, too.
So you come into our dealership. You talk about encouraging a great long-term relationship. You come in 4 times in a row and don't pay us anything. That was all included because you bought an L-certified vehicle. So peace of mind. Let's not break down. Assurance versus insurance. But on the long shot that something bad does happen, guess what? We'll take care of that too. And by the way, we provide roadside assistance, complimentary. And your first 4 scheduled maintenances are on us.
So you bought a happy car and you keep it a happy car.
That is the plan.
I always say it's happy when they're all like shiny
all
and
happy.
it's all like nothing's broken. It's happy.
We love happy cars.
And happy guests.
That usually one follows the other.
So you're listening to Treasure Coast Car Guys here on WPSL and WSTU. We're going to take a quick break for the news. We'll be back with more.
You're listening to the Treasure Coast Car Guys on WPSL Digital 1590 and WSTU Digital 1450. Phone lines are open for your questions and comments. And now, here's your host.
And we're back with the Treasure Coast Car Guys and your host, Gary Maria Rossi. Welcome back.
Thank you, Veronica. So we were just finishing up talking about L Certified and what a phenomenal program that truly is, and what a great value that is. And don't want to sell short our new cars either, because we have a great selection of those. And of course, everybody knows what a brand new Lexus is all about. And
then, the L Certified would be a great way to break into the Lexus brand if you haven't driven a Lexus or haven't owned a Lexus. That's the perfect way to. It's the first step, maybe.
Many, almost half of our L Certified sales are to folks that have never owned a Lexus before. Mm-hmm. So it's a great entry to the brand because obviously the vehicle after 2 years, 3 years, even a year old, you're going to get that for a lower price than you're gonna get on a brand new one. So a lot of people, it's a lower investment proposition to get into the Lexus brand. And the beautiful thing about L Certified is that the entire program is meant to mimic purchasing a brand new car. So it's not like a lot of places where you're buying a used car, you need to go on that line. We treat those folks differently here than the people buying brand new ones. In the Lexus world, everyone gets treated the same, like the guest in our own home. That's the Lexus covenant. Mm-hmm. And so the warranties are just like the new car warranties. New cars, you get roadside assistance, with your purchase. Certified pre-owned, you get roadside assistance with your purchase. They treat the pre-owned car, if you're financing, it qualifies for the same interest rates as new cars does. So we treat the vehicle like it's brand new.
Right.
And we treat, of course, the guest the same way. So it's a great experience. It's a great way to enter the brand and to see what Lexus is all about. You get your first, as we mentioned, your first 4 scheduled maintenances are on us. So you get to experience the service department, which is amazing. People rave about it. So that is...
And free car wash.
And free car washes. It's fabulous.
Yes.
So you get all the benefits that you would get purchasing a brand new one. You save some money, and a lot of times that's more affordable and a great way to enter the brand. So people, I think there's a misconception out there that a lot of people think that's a Lexus, that's probably out of my price range or out of my budget. And that is not the case. You need to come look at L Certified. And particularly if you're driving a lot of miles, because...
Well, that's the other thing, too. You buy a brand new luxury car, you might be afraid to drive it. I mean, here you can just drive the wheels off of it, basically. And it has a phenomenal warranty.
The brand new Lexus has a, standard warranty is 4 years, 50,000 miles, comprehensive. Covers everything on the car, except wear and tear items, of course. But the L Certified, it's 6 years from the in-service date, from the original sale date. So if you're buying a 2-year-old car, then you've got at least 4 years, the same as you would if it was brand new, 4-year warranty. But we give you unlimited miles on that car. So think about that. You buy the car, it's got 20, 25,000 miles on it. There's no...
You can take it on vacation and drive it to California.
Well, you can drive it wherever you want.
Yeah.
And, we have people that drive 20, 30,000 miles a year. So, think about that. In 4 or 5 years, you're going to put 100,000 miles on that car, 120,000 miles on that car. With us, that L Certified vehicle will still be under factory warranty. Can you imagine that? Hey, I've got 130,000 miles on my car, and my my windshield wiper motor stopped working. Great.
No
Come
problem.
on in. No problem.
Yeah.
You need a loaner car? We'll replace that. We'll have that ready for you tomorrow. It's amazing. People are absolutely amazed. The question I get asked more than anything is that true? Do you guys really do that? Because it just, people go, like, that can't be true. You can't be doing that. But we are. And as you mentioned earlier, Lexus will even allow you to extend those years. And my goodness, you can extend it as many as 5 years. So let's say you bought a 2-year-old L Certified vehicle. It had 4.5 years left on the warranty, unlimited miles. You could add 5 years to that. You could have a 9-year unlimited mileage warranty.
Wow.
So if you're a salesperson, or here at the radio station, Carol, she told me today she's already got 10,000 miles on her car. She drives a lot. Business.
Sure.
So, realtors, folks, who salespeople, they're in their car, or they've got a long commute to work. It's 40, 50 miles one way. You're going to add those miles up. Could you imagine 9 years putting 20,000 miles a year on a car, 25,000. You'll put 200,000 miles on that car,
Right. And
it's still
still
under
covered.
factory warranty.
Yeah, imagine that.
That's unheard of. So,
You're going to really be wanting a new car by the time the warranty ends.
Oh, yeah. But here's the beautiful thing. The L certified warranty is transferable one time. So let's say you get that car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, your son or daughter's getting ready to go to college. And it's time to get them a car. And you've put 100,000 miles on your L certified vehicle. And there's still 4 years of warranty left. Or you put 150,000 miles.
But it's still a great car.
It's still a great car. You've done all your service, maintenance. That car is a great car. You can literally transfer that car to them, and the warranty transfers with it. That's also unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
So you may not individually say, I'm going to keep that car for 8 or 9 years or 5 years or 6 years, but by certifying it, extending the warranty, it allows you to transfer it one time. Nieces, nephews, parents, neighbors. Some people say, my neighbor told me when I'm ready to sell that car, make sure I call him first.
That happens.
You can sell it to him and transfer the certified warranty to him. So what more could you ask for? And we talked about L certified and what that means, and don't be fooled by people who say certified. There are, again, all Lexus dealers are not created the same. At Treasure Coast Lexus, we certify everything that passes inspection and is qualified to be certified.
Mm-hmm.
We believe in the program that strongly. There are other Lexus dealers that don't. And the reason they don't is it costs a little more to certify the car. Obviously, if I'm putting new tires on it, brakes, replacing the battery, and then putting that extra warranty on it and 4 free services, there's a cost to that.
Sure.
So, there are other dealers that their strategy is, no, I want to be the lowest price in the market.
So that just becomes a back of the lot car.
That becomes.
Do you still have back of the lot cars in the automotive business these days? Okay.
But yeah, people still do.
Okay.
We either say they're retail, acceptable, pass our standards, and we'll put our name on that car, or it goes to an auction.
Okay.
It's gone. So, but for the L certified, there are other Lexus dealers where you'll see, and they're certified. They call them certified. They'll call them AutoNation certified, or whatever the dealer is, and don't be fooled by that. They try to entice you because it will be a lower price. But in the fine print, when you read the descriptions, it says very clearly you get the balance of the factory warranty.
And it's as is.
And it's as is. So if that car, is a 2015, you have, and it's got 40,000 miles on it, well, you have 10,000 miles left of warranty. That's it. After that, you're on your own. You're not getting the next 4 services free. You're paying those on your own. That vehicle didn't go through a 161-point inspection. Again, read the fine print. It says 125-point inspection. They skipped about 40 of them. Okay? So, an educated customer is our best customer, because if you know what to look for and you can really compare, so people will come in and say, well, hey, the Lexus dealer down the road has a certified car too, and it's a 2015 just like yours, and similar miles, and but theirs is less. Well, we have to sit down and pull up that dealer's website and show them, and then pull up ours and say, okay, here's why it's less. See what they did to the car?
Is it that the car's not worthy of putting it through all of that? It just won't they just don't do it.
They don't do it to save money.
Okay.
And they don't do it because, again, their strategy is, we want to be the lowest price out of all the Lexus dealers, in our area. And it's just a different philosophy, a different way of doing business. and they will sell some cars because of that, But again, a lot of the guests doing that don't truly understand the difference between that lower price. Sometimes cheaper is just cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've really got to...
Well, they also may be looking at, now you're going to need those 4 tires, and you're going to come back to the dealer to
There's
do
no question about
those maintenance things that you're doing during the certification.
And I've been in meetings with other Lexus dealers where, the dealers that do that tell me, well, by doing it that way, we make more profit. And I my answer to that is, well, short term you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed. But, here at Treasure Coast Lexus and a lot of other Lexus dealers, we're not interested in that one sale. We want customers for life. That is our mission. And the L Certified program helps make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
We could do the same thing. We could not certify the car. We could not put 4 new tires on it. We could not do all the things. We could not give the 4 free maintenances. But the odds of us maintaining a long-term relationship with that guest are cut in half when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would rather spend the extra money. I would rather maybe not make as big a profit on that first sale. But if I make 2 or 3 more sales after that one, then that's our business model. And I believe that that's the right way to do
Well,
it.
today's L certified pre-owned purchaser may be tomorrow's new car purchaser.
And that is typically how it goes. Because once they've been with the brand, they've had that great experience with the car, they've had the great experience in service, they see how we do things.
And they got a great trade.
And now they have a great trade that I'd love to have.
Yeah.
Many times that first-time L certified buyer does turn into a new car Lexus buyer. And, next time out they're leasing a brand new one and getting, a lot of bang for their buck
Mm-hmm.
and as happy as can be. And now they are, they're Lexified. They're our customer.
Now, speaking of new cars,
Mm-hmm.
did I see a commercial correctly? LC 500?
LC 500.
Is that something new?
Fairly new.
Okay.
And that is our
It's very pretty.
Oh my gosh! We were at where we were the main sponsor at Taste of Port St. Lucie,
Mm-hmm.
and what a great event, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And
I made it last year. I didn't make it this year.
I'm sorry, this was my first.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
People raved about it and told me all about it, and I had to go. And gosh, were they right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but we had an LC 500. Right next to us there. We had a couple cars there.
Okay.
The LC was one of them. Big mistake because my wife was there. So, that's...
Did she like it?
She more than
Okay,
liked it.
women must love that car because I just love that car.
She was that... Yeah, that's... You
Yeah.
need to get one of those. Yes. But an amazing... It's a high-end performance vehicle.
No wonder I like it.
You would... Don't drive one.
No. Yeah. I'll have to just move into the dealership and just stay with the car because
You would.
I don't know that I can make it come home.
Yes. But yes, that's our new performance coupe.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. It is. We got to drive it on Palm Beach International Raceway.
Okay.
And they let us get up to about 135 miles an hour in it with a pace car in front of us. It wouldn't let us go faster than that. And oh my gosh, acceleration, handling, it's got the comfort of a Lexus, but the performance, it outperforms the Aston Martin. It outperforms, BMW's 600. It is just, it's an engineering marvel, and we've never really competed in that segment. We've never really had that car.
Okay.
And now we do. So the sports enthusiasts, the folks that really like high performance sport cars.
Yeah.
We now have it. And the folks that are that have come in and driven the car and purchased them, these are people that have owned 911s before and Carreras, and these are real sports car enthusiasts.
So the LS 500 is your larger sedan. It's like the luxury sedan.
It is.
And the LC 500 is the sport coupe.
Correct.
Okay.
And a lot of similarities between the two vehicles as far as powertrain.
Now I have my
engines.
500 straight.
You have your 500 straight. LC and LS. LC, L coupe,
Right.
and L sedan.
Okay.
See?
So it was so easy.
Little cheat sheet
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
help you, right? So,
But yet both absolutely gorgeous vehicles.
oh my gosh, two brand new vehicles, and the LS, of course, is the model that launched our brand, launched the Lexus brand. You remember the commercials back in the late '90s, with the ball bearing down the hood of the car,
Right.
down the seams, and the champagne glasses on the hood, stacked up.
Right.
That was the LS. That's our flagship vehicle. That is the pride of the fleet. And so this 2018 model has been completely redesigned from top to bottom. And my goodness, worthy of being the flagship of our brand. I mean, and now you get them, come a long way since the late 90s. I mean, now you can even get them with, massaging seats and front and back.
And why not?
Oh my goodness. And amazing ride, amazing handling, comfort. It's the ultimate luxury vehicle. It is just, and we're selling them as fast as we can get them. Just a big success, big hit. Luckily, we have a couple of them at the dealership, which, it launched. They released those in February, and up until just last week, we couldn't keep one. So people would come in and say, "I'm here to see the the new LS." Yeah, it just got delivered. So we actually have two of them right now. I've got an F Sport model and a non-F Sport model.
Okay.
So that's absolutely amazing that we have that. But we do. So come on down and take a look and take one for a drive. It'll blow you away. We got to drive that one at the raceway too.
Right.
Fun. That gets up and goes too for a sedan.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, they got the look.
They really do. They nailed it. They
Yeah.
they really nailed that vehicle from top to bottom. So the other thing that that I wanted to mention, we've talked about this a little bit before, and that is our concierge program, where people and I have to say this.
We should have a sound effect for that when you mention the concept, because it's like unprecedented.
It's we started this thing a couple months ago, and there's nothing that I've done in my career in the automobile industry that has gotten the reaction that this has gotten. And people, before I came here today at the dealership, I'm at the cafe getting a cup of coffee and saying hi to our guests. How are you doing? Having a good day? And they can't come up and tell me fast enough that they've used the concierge service. It's amazing. They've told all their friends about it, which is exactly what we wanted, which is exactly why we do it. And they tell me constantly that, look, you got me forever now. There's no reason for me to go buy a car anywhere else, service my car anywhere else, because, and they said...
Oh, so the car is like icing on the cake.
It is.
Because of all the other perks.
And that's not how we envisioned it when we kicked it off. We thought it would be a great enhancement. But my goodness, I've had people tell me, I was looking at other brands, I was looking at other dealerships, and once they told me about that program, done. That's why I bought the car here, which floored me because that
was quick.
That's not what we anticipated.
Yeah, that happened quick.
Wow.
So did you, in the beginning, did you think, well, let's see how this works?
We did. Because it sounded good on paper. It looked good on paper. But we've seen a lot of things that look good on paper, and then you implement and go, ooh, that's not really what we were anticipating. This has exceeded our expectations, tenfold. So and here's, we talked about the certified program, and people will say to me, is that true? Can that be? You really do unlimited miles on the whole car, not just the engine? Yes, that's the most common question. Well, the concierge service, it's even worse. I have people, salespeople will be on the phone telling their guests about it, and they'll bring me their phone and say, Gary, can you please talk to my guest? They don't believe that the concierge service is what I'm explaining to them.
Right.
And I have to get on the phone with them or go out and talk to them while they're in the showroom and say,
explain what we're getting with the concierge service.
If you purchase your vehicle from us, Treasure Coast Lexus, and you service with us, Treasure Coast Lexus, then we will come and pick you up whenever you are going on a trip. So if you're heading to the airport, we will come pick you up at your front door. We will help load your bags in our vehicle. We will take you to the airport because we're not close to any airports here.
Right.
So we've got to go to West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando. That's a ride. So we'll take you to your gate. We'll have your itinerary so we know when you're returning. We'll be waiting curbside outside of baggage claim when you return, and we'll bring you back to your front door. And that is all complimentary. That is part of buying a Lexus and servicing a Lexus at Treasure Coast Lexus.
L certified too?
L certified as well.
Wow.
Again, just like buying a new car, right? So the most common question again can't be. They did not explain that to me correctly. What's the real cost? What are you really going to charge me? Again, it's complimentary with us means complimentary. So we have now, gosh, I don't know how many people we've taken to the airport.
And you're probably going to get me there on time, too. Like, my neighbor might be a little late.
Well,
adult children may not show up at all to take you.
Oh, my gosh. Can't count on them. We have a coordinator, Jamara Lee, and she handles it all. And we do everything by email, so there's no miscommunication. And you tell us when you want to be picked up. So, if you've got a 7 a.m. flight, we've been at people's houses at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
We've picked people up in Orlando at 1 a.m. Their flight got delayed, and of course we wait. And, and take them back to Vero Beach, at 3 a.m. So that's value. And people absolutely love it. But for us, it has generated more positive talk and more customer loyalty and more referrals than anything I've ever done or seen in my entire career. So talk about a win-win. Our guests absolutely love it. They love to travel. They're using it. We're even taking people to the port now for cruises.
Yeah, that's great.
Why not?
Yeah.
So a great program for them. And we're getting the benefit. We have people bringing their neighbors in and saying they're here because they saw us get picked up for to go on our cruise, to go to the airport. So you talk about value and taking care of your guests and building a long-term relationship and customers for life.
That is luxury treatment. It really is.
And by the way, this Saturday, I know we're running out of time, this Saturday, the second Saturday of every month, we grill out in front of the dealership. Customer appreciation. And I grill. I'm on the grill.
Okay.
So come and
you
say
got
hi.
the chef hat and the apron. And
I have a collection of crazy aprons.
Okay.
I will not be hard to spot.
That you said second Saturday of each month?
Of every month.
All
so
right.
that's this Saturday.
It's a lunch date.
Come on. Come and get it. Get a free car wash. Get lunch. Say hi.
Great. You're listening to Treasure Coast Car Guys on WPSL, Port St. Lucie, WSTU, Stuart.